Some rain falling here on the HTV studios, and I'm gonna get Jason to see if he can show outside the studio here, because it's got a pretty good little feeder band coming through. There you see it, and look at the flag. Every time we look at the flag, it's moving a little heavier. Good old American flag blowing in the breeze outside of HTV, and there's the rain. A little later I like to zoom in on those lights over there because you could really see the rain coming off of it. So we'll try to reposition maybe out the front door and look down St. Charles Street and give you a better vantage point of what's going on. Let's take a look at some of the cameras before I get to Sergeant Kyle Faulk. Maybe we could also take a look at Cocodrie, and you can see the tower shaking a little bit. Nothing terrible, but we know there's a impending storm coming. You can see it moving a little bit. Not a whole lot of rain right there right now, because you would see it all over the lens as we normally do. Let's go back to the Houma camera, Jay. It looks like it's getting a little heavier over here. There you see it. So a good steady rain. And joining me now on the desk is Sergeant Kyle Faulk with the Houma Police Department. Appreciate you joining me, Kyle. Thank you.
Good to be here, Martin.
All right, we talked this morning while we were on, and we talked about a lot of different things. You're getting a lot of calls, I take it, probably about curfew, which normally happens. Is that correct?
That's correct. Our officers received a large volume of calls regarding curfew. We currently do not have a curfew in place. If an order is issued for a curfew, we will be glad to come on TV and inform the public. But as of this time, there's no curfew. And I also wanted to make a note earlier that we didn't touch on. If you do come across any down power lines, please treat it with a lot of respect and contact our agency so we can get the proper authorities out to that location to make a quick disconnect.
Well, look at this real quick. Galliana shot. That's we'll keep it on that one. Look at the raindrops flying in front of our camera in Galliana. So I think it's safe to say that Tropical Storm Lee has arrived. At least the outer stronger bands have arrived in our viewing area at HTV. So we'll see how long our cameras stay on as usual. But sorry to interrupt you, Sergeant.
That's okay, Martin. I think I got the point across. Like you said, it is starting to pick up with the wind and the rain. And we can only pray and hope that our pumps are able to keep up and manage the amount of volume of water we're going to receive over the next few days.
Yeah. Now, and we talked about this morning. I always want to bring it up as far as looting. A lot of people, a lot of yo-yos out there. It's inevitable. Go try to take advantage of people.
That's correct.
Y'all have extra people out there.
We do have a large number of extra officers that are out this weekend that are going to be on patrol. And we have an excellent success rate as far as catching looters, I must say. So if it's on your mind, you're going to do some time. That's for sure.
There you go. All right, that's a good slogan.
That's right.
All right, let's Jay, take it. Let's go through the cameras again, and we'll have Sergeant Faulk stand by and take some phone calls. Some of these may pertain to him, but just keep moving the cameras around, and you got the liberty. If you see some rain coming across those cameras, just keep it posted in. There's a boat going through the Lafourche lock. So Reggie was right. They do open it up, and yeah, that has a lock, so you could actually go a little further, huh, Jay? And it doesn't affect the water, right? Yeah, so it doesn't affect the water. So you could really get into like a holding area, so to speak. Let's take some phone calls. And Jay, you just keep working the cameras, and we'll work the phones. HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. Go ahead, please. And we'll put it on the speaker so the sergeant can hear. Go ahead, you're on the air. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Go ahead.
How you doing, Miss Martin?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, just wanted to let you know you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We're sitting outside on the porch, we barbecuing and, drinking a little, but I am concerned. I did hear you say that we may have funnel clouds.
Yep.
All this rain we get.
Well, the eastern quadrant of any rotating storm like this spins off tornadoes or funnel clouds. Some storms are a lot worse than other storms, and I haven't heard any reports of any yet as we look at Grand Isle, what's happening in Grand Isle, but you just always have to be vigilant of that.
Okay. I live in a mobile home, and I'm living by Dab. You think I need to leave?
No, I think you're going to be fine. I don't think this storm is one where I would tell anybody that lived in a mobile home that they had to leave, but you're going to get some pretty good gusts. You're going to get some pretty good rain, but I think you should be fine for the most part.
Yes, sir. Okay, and like, you know, it's sad that we have to have this tropical storm leak to cool us off. You know, I hope and pray that everybody is safe and nobody gets water damage.
Well, and I echo that, and I appreciate your concern, and y'all be safe, and hopefully we'll get through this pretty good.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morton. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And once again, HTV, you're on the air as we look at the Houma shot. And let me ask you, Sergeant Faulk, before I go to the phone call, your officers, and of course sheriff's deputies and state troopers, are in this kind of weather constantly, so you see people that have to work being in it, and what's the protocol for that?
Well, right now, Martin, we're basically asking all the residents that don't have any specific place to go or any destination that they're headed to stay home, remain at home. Let's try to keep the streets free and clear. A lot of law enforcement personnel, safety personnel, EMS and fire are going to be out tonight working extremely hard to keep the citizens of Terrebonne Parish safe. And we generally speaking don't want to see another group of individuals hurt in an accident at an intersection due to high winds knocking out a power line or whatever it may be. So it's in everybody's interest to be at home tonight and to be on the safe side.
All right, let's take a look, Jay, if we can, the Doppler radar with the parishes, and then we'll move that with some video at the station here. There you see, this is what's happening over Houma right now. See the darker greens and the yellows? And if we match that to the camera shot, which we do, that's what you get. You get more rain, you get more wind, and we just had one of the yellow ones go over us a little while ago, and it had more rain naturally. So we can tell you where you're living, what you're getting, by looking at that radar. And like Lockport in Raceland, you just got it pretty good, and you're still getting it pretty good. You're in the greens and the yellows. And Houma just had a good one. Morgan City had a pretty good one. And look at Galliana, Golden Meadow, and Grand Isle. You had some reds go over you, which are heading, the little blotch of red right in between Golden Meadow and Grand Isle, which is heading towards Houma. So Montague and Chauvin, in a short period of time, it's a training effect. Golden Meadow, Chauvin, Montague, Houma, Terrio, Morgan City, Labadeville, Napoleonville. So you just follow that pattern, folks. If it's hitting Raceland and Lockport, it's going to be hitting Thibodeau and Chack Bay, and it's going to be hitting Labadeville and Napoleonville. So it's just a thing that we're going to go through for a while, but we're going to make it. Let's show that shot outside again, Jay. Sounds like it's coming down pretty good. The wind's kicking pretty good. So, and Kyle, you've been out in this a lot. Matter of fact, I've rode with you for several hurricanes and several events. It's just what happens. I mean, we ought to be used to this by now.
That's correct, Martin. I can recall for Hurricane Gustav, as we encourage all residents to stay inside during that hurricane, and this is why we recommend you stay inside. A shingle actually flew off a roof and cut a man's ear off. So there are going to be some objects that are going to be flying around, and we'd ask the residents to secure them to your house, whether it be a garbage can or chairs, just so they don't fly out in the street and cause a road hazard or an accident, or like you said earlier, clog a drain.
Look at Galliana.
Yeah, they're getting some heavy bands in right now.
That's what I just showed. Show the map again, Jay, and Galliana. We can look at Galliana. Yellows. Yellow. See that big yellow? Just went. That's why we seen that. So it matches. I mean, there's no guesswork here. And as long as these cameras stay up in those areas, now we have a couple of cameras that are down, but I mean, we'll be lucky to get through this and have all those cameras visible at this point. But we'll get back to it, and let's take a few phone calls, Kyle, while you're up here, and see if we can help some of the public. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Hi.
Hi, I'm calling from Thibodeau.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was just wondering, like, when is the storm gonna hit?
All right, you're in it right now.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, you're in it right now. You're gonna be getting a little rain. You got a yellow band coming to you in a little bit, and so you're gonna be getting some heavy rains. Okay? Oh, lost him. All right, let's try another line. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Can you tell me if the storm would have an eye to it? Where would it be at right now?
Let's go to the larger map, Jay, and let's bring it up on the back screen, and I'll show you exactly where that eye would be. Right here. Okay, let's show them at home. That would be the circulation, and this is where they're projecting now that circulation to come to a little bit more like this. So there you have it. Can you see that at home?
Yes.
All right, so there's your circulation right here, and it's going to come up probably to the western part of Terrebonne Parish, and it's going to just make its way up, and so if there was a circulation, and there is, that's where it would be.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my husband is currently in Pensacola, Florida, set to come home around 10 p.m. tonight. I'm wondering if he could just stay there and wait until this thing is over to come home.
Sounds to me like y'all having a major discussion. I would tell him to stay. I would tell him to stay over there. He's better over there.
I think so too, but he's raring to get home.
I knew there had to be a difference because you wouldn't probably be making the call, but I would try to urge him. I mean, why come in if he doesn't have to? If he has accommodations and he can stay over there, just let this thing pass. If you're okay and your family's okay, but he's probably worried about you, right?
Yeah, but we're good. We're in gray. We're good.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna leave that as a personal matter, but if it was me, I would urge him to stay.
Well, it's set in stone. I'm gonna tell him Martin Folse said stay there.
Oh, don't put me in the middle now. I'm gonna let you handle that, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So you see, you get a few questions like that, and it, I would urge people, if you're away from the danger and everybody's okay, you might want to sit it out.
Stay away, obviously. I mean, traveling on the road, you hit a layer of water coming down the road. There's no reason to fly off the road just to come back down to home if you're up north.
Yeah, it'd be hydroplaning for sure. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
This is Mary Clayton.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Wait, you're breaking up on me. Go ahead and talk again.
This is Mary Clayton Martin.
Okay.
I live 1112 Greenwich Street, and historically they said that we flood back here. I live in the middle of Greenwich Street near the Magnolia Apartments, and I wanted to know, today we're good though. The water is receding really fast. I don't know if the pumps are on, but usually each time that it rains, we flood. Once we had 3 feet of water, and I was told that historically it's always flooded. I wanted to know what determines when they turn the pumps on.
Well, the pumps are on. They're going to be on through this process. And remember that the pumps in Terrebonne Parish, and just speaking with the parish president not long ago, handle 5 inches of rain in a 24-hour period.
Okay.
So there's projected in 4 days to be anywhere from 12 to 17 inches of rain. So if you divide it up, the pumps should be able to handle what's coming your way. But that's not always the case. If you have a training effect and you have a big rain event that stays in one area, then the bets are off in that area. But if you take the average, then the pump should be able to handle it.
Well, it's doing pretty good today. Just one other thing. This is a tropical storm, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how the winds are at what speed?
They're at 45 miles per hour right now.
Okay.
At gust of 60.
Okay. All right.
And if it gets to be 74 miles per hour, then it would be a hurricane category 1.
Okay, but it hasn't been upgraded yet.
No, the last advisory said 45 miles per hour, so it stayed there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Okay, Cal.
I couldn't quite hear what you were saying exactly, other than the possibility of some street flooding. And we do want to remind everyone to contact the police department at 873-6371 should you see your street starting to flood. Unfortunately, we can't find out about all of them on our own, and we need your help to notify us. And by doing so, we'll send an officer out there, assess the situation, and get some barricades up to prevent someone from driving through and flooding your home.
Let's show the outside of HTV right now. There's a pretty good storm coming through right now, dropping a lot of rain. And boy, that Galliana shot has really been a rain soaker over there. Of course, they're in the yellow. But let's go back to the Doppler, JNC. I'm hearing probably the heaviest rain we've had thus far at HTV. And let's see if there's yep, look, right there. You see on the last part of that frame, the big green blotch right on the Houma with some yellow. So that's what you're seeing. The greens change to yellow, we get a harder rain. And of course, when the scarlets and the reds come in, it's even heavier than that. But as long as those greens turn to light green and the pumps keep up, then we're in pretty good shape. And I've seen that over the years quite a bit. Let's go to the Galliana shot again, Jay, if we can, to see what it's looking like. Some big raindrops, huh, Kyle?
The telephone pole is the telephone light pole is moving pretty good, so it looks like they're getting some good feeder bands through there.
It's getting good light on our camera to where you can actually tell the rain as it comes across. So, all right, we do have to take a break. All the lines are lit up. We're going to come right back, and we're going to have more coverage here on Tropical Storm Lee. Don't go away.